This is my informative speech. This is my audience. Where's the third person? There she is. How much sleep are you guys getting each night? I know over a third of the United States lacks sleep and is therefore at risk for chronic health issues. I believe that sleep is incredibly overlooked when it comes to health and well-being, and that we should all get more sleep. Sleep is not a priority for a lot of people. The grind is always on our minds, and we don't want to sleep. We'll sleep when we're dead. Monster Energy drinks are my best friend. But we should all be getting more sleep. For example, your body repairs itself through sleep. Your body helps you grow through sleep. Lack of sleep over time increases your risk of chronic health problems down the road. Like I said, sleep is not a priority for most people, but it should be. Without sleep, we can find ourselves in a slurry of health issues. Over 1/3 of Americans lack sleep, according to the Sleep Foundation study done in 2022. Adults between the ages of 18 to 64, or us, need 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night, not 79. Nearly half of all Americans say they feel sleepy during the day, between 3 and 7 days a week. By state, Hawaii has the highest percentage of adults who get less than 7 hours of sleep per night, at 43%. Us, South Dakota, at 26% has the lowest, so at least we're winning in some categories. Random sleep statistics from across the United States. In Canada, New Jersey, and Detroit, Michigan, both these cities are averaging 49.8% of adults getting less than 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night. And in Boulder, Colorado, 24.2% are getting less than enough sleep per night. Between 10 to 30% of adults struggle with chronic insomnia, and 30 to 48% of elders suffer from insomnia. Along with insomnia, there are so many other issues that lack of sleep can cause. Sleep is incredibly important to your vital bodily functions. Your heart and immune system on sleep, according to the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services on a study in 2022, said that both blood pressure and heart rate both drop when you sleep. Lack of sleep increases your risk of high blood pressure, obesity, stroke, and coronary heart disease. During sleep, certain immune cells work harder to combat illnesses. A lack of sleep can cause an increase in colds and infections because of this. That's why everyone got sick after Hobo Days and the USD party weekend, because none of us had enough sleep. As far as metabolism and hormones go, your body makes different hormones depending on the time of day. At night, your body increases the amount of testosterone, estrogen, and progesterone it produces. This is particularly evident in children, but still plays an effect in adults. Your body handles fat differently in sleep as well. Lack of quality sleep decreases your body's ability to regulate hunger, respond to insulin, increases your desire for fatty or sugary foods, and can increase metabolic syndrome. It can even increase your risk of type 2 diabetes. Your brain and memory on sleep increases long-term memory formulation and the ability to focus when you get a good night's sleep. According to a study done by Dana.org in 2019, sleep deprivation alters functional connections between the prefrontal cortex and the brain's emotional processing centers. So to dumb it down, lack of sleep causes irritability, irrationality, and emotional outbursts. With these health concerns in mind, you'd think we would value sleep more as a society, and we should. Sleep is so critical for so many parts of our body and mind, says Eric Prather, a sleep scientist at UCF, in an article written by Wired in 2022. Emotions, processing ability, physical health, hormones, and all sorts of different issues down the road are affected by sleep. A study done by Harvard in 2022 says to look at how long you sleep when you don't set an alarm or don't need to wake up. So if you fall asleep on like a Friday night and you don't wake up till 1 on Saturday, probably a good indicator that you need to be getting more sleep. Students, for example, get way less sleep than recommended. 70 to 96% of college students get less than 8 hours of sleep per night. Also done by Harvard. Also a study done by Harvard in 2022. Sleeping late on the weekends is not a solution, it's not healthy, and it's not sustainable long term. A lot of people can claim they function just fine on less than 6 hours of sleep. This is extremely rare and often untrue. A lack of sleep is pretty much the same as binge drinking. Not necessarily, but pretty close. Sleep deprivation, according to the CDC and a study done by AAA in 2019, says that the level of cognitive impairment is the same as drinking alcohol. Staying awake for 18 hours on end can cause the same effect of having a blood alcohol content of 0.05. 24 hours is the same as having over the legal limit at 0.10 blood alcohol content. In a study done by the AAA and TEFT in 2018, drowsy driving causes around 328,000 accidents a year. So if you get less than 5 hours of sleep a night, you are 5 times more likely to have a crash. In summary, at night, when you go to lay down in bed, you should get off TikTok and try to actually go to sleep. It's more important to the body than most people realize. A lack of sleep can be incredibly dangerous, and a good percentage of the population already lacks it. Again, sleep is so incredibly overlooked when it comes to your health and well-being. We all need more of it. Without sleep, bodily health begins to deteriorate super rapidly. So remember, Sleeping in isn't lazy, it's actually healthy.